Today is a big day. So we're releasing IRT 2.1, and this is to help you make even faster tests with your SAP PI PO system. So we have recognized that it is a little challenging and most people would not set up enough test cases for their PI system. So we want to make it a lot faster for you to do these things. And that is what the IRT integration regression tool is about. So we have about 19 different changes, and in this release I just want to highlight the most important ones from a user perspective. So we've moved the change tracking tool. The change tracking tool is a tool that allows you to monitor what's going on in your system, who is making which changes to any directory object or a trading partner management object. So you can see, okay, we got this this communication channel. We can log who made which changes when, and you can actually assign a ticket number or issue tracking number or whatever you have in this. So you can say, okay, I know I changed these 3 objects or 4 objects in a scenario, and then you can say I did it because I got this ticket number 5. And then when someone is viewing this again in a couple of years, they will see, okay, you did a change here. Why did you do it? And then you can see it was ticket number 5 and go in and see it that way. The reason why I'm pretty stoked about the change tracking tool is the next feature that we're going to add to it. This is about giving you repository data also. So imagine that you're making a change to a user-defined function. IRT will then say, okay, you have changed this user-defined function. It has dependencies to these different mappings that have dependencies to these different operation mappings. It means you need to make testing of these 5 iFlows or whatever it is. And then it will run these tests, and you will then get the response or result back and say, okay, this iFlow has changed or is not working anymore or is giving problems because of these errors. So that's a pretty cool feature that we'll add, and I hope you will appreciate that because it'll make it a lot faster to do a real test of what's happening. The other thing we've done is this manual test case creation. We've moved that one also. So manual test case creation is if your third-party system or whatever you have downloaded a set of test cases from it, and you want to upload these to the ERT tool for doing testing. So this is when you're doing migration or anything else where it would make a lot of sense to have these features. Then you can simply download, create a JSON file. There's a tool that guide you through this different process download the JSON, create a zip file with the JSON on all the different files, upload it to ERT, and then you get your test cases and you can start using them. Then we have added auditing, and auditing is a way for us to log what's happening whenever you're doing changes. But also to see who made which changes to any of the different objects. So it allows you a lot more fine-grained control about why a test case was, who changed a test case at some point in time. We have, and it also allows us to do a lot more logging that is exposed, or we can expose for debugging purposes about if you're downloading a set of messages, what's going on and who did it. One of the places where this is really relevant is in the migration part. If you have IRT already installed, or 1.4, 1.5, you're able to migrate all of that content into 2.1. Using this tool that is built, and if you want to do that, reach out to support and we'll help you through the process. We have moved the splitter also. The splitter is if you're using the EDI separator. You can specify a global iFlow that you want to use for all of these, or you can create a specific iFlow that you use to split each message. So the thing is, we would be sent, so if you have an EDI file with 5 messages, they'll be sent to the EDI Splitter. We will record them once they have been processed as individual files and test each individual file. If you want to test this, it will then look at it will send each of the individual files into the testing system, and it will then be able to validate how these things work. We have also added, put our help manual online with links in the application, so it's a lot easier for you to figure out what to do in which situations without having to go through a lot of different steps of finding the documentation and browse through it. So we're trying to make it a lot easier for you to use the tool, and I hope you appreciate it. So if you want to try it out, you can go to figaf.com/IRT, find the link and download the free tool. It's free for testing up to 10 ICOs, and I think it's like 100 messages, so it's pretty powerful way to figure out what's happening. And the change tracking tool that we've released right now is also free to use, so you can get a better understanding of what changes is happening. If you have any wishes to features or things like that, please post them in the comments below. We'll have a look at, and we're pretty fast at implementing these things, though I do have quite a lot in my wish line to make it a lot easier to do testing. So please share this video and give us a comments about what you would like to see. Thank you.